Welcome, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETH Global, and I thank all of you for your patience on us getting this started. This is the closing ceremony and the finale of ETHIndia 2022. This is an ETH Global event, and at ETH Global, we want Web3 to win. And ETHIndia is. And this is the most incredible thing we've ever done. 2,000 attendees from 321 different cities are here in this room. 44 of these are new to Web3. Just look at where people came from in just India alone, and we can't wait to show all of you what this weekend yielded. Not only that, this is officially the world's biggest Ethereum hackathon. All these 2,000 attendees worked on incredible projects, and our goal for the next hour and a half is to show some of those amazing demos and, of course, talk about all the amazing prizes. 459 projects came out of this weekend. That is the most we have ever seen from any one of our events. And this is exactly why everything is running slightly behind schedule. Turns out that humans are not linearly scalable. We learned so much in making this event from a logistical standpoint alone. I got excited about all the new challenges we can do, and I'm already thinking about how do we exceed this number for next year. So let's get the party started. I want to first start off by thanking 45 of our incredible partners who were here this entire weekend, talking to everybody, working with all the teams, giving them feedback. So I'm going to try to do this thing as fast as I can, which means the faster you clap, the faster I'll say the logos. And 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you, Biconomy, Polygon, Questbook, WorldCoin, Push Protocol, IPFS, Filecoin, Ethereum Foundation, StackOS, zkBob, Covalent, Cartesi, Connext, Infura, EtherSpot, EY, ENS, Gnosis Safe, Hyperlane, Instadap, Li-Fi, Dune Analytics, LivePeer, Mina, Powerloom, Valis, The Graph, CoinDCX, Gnosis Chain, Lens Protocol, Moonbeam, Marlane, NFT Port, QuickNote, Router, Shardium, Stardot, EigenLayer, Revise, Huddle01, Chronos, AWS, Daplay, Samudai, Hashtag, and CoinShift. All of these amazing companies are giving so many incredible prizes. We're going to go through all of that in just a little while. Let's get back to these 459 projects. This was a behemoth of a task in just us reviewing and going through all of these things. We had 46 incredible judges come in, scale up 20 parallel processes to go through all these projects over the entire morning and most of the afternoon. And through all of their hard work, we are proud to announce 12 finalists. We're going to bring these 12 teams on here one by one. They're going to demo what they built, and after that, we're going to talk about all the prizes that all of you have been waiting for. So please join me in congratulating these 12 teams. Web3 Rescue, ChainPay, Block Alerts, Bold, DPay, Persona, Bot Detection, Sadave CI, Proof of Trust, ETHGuard, ChartSwap, Trickle, and Safeguard. These are our 12 incredible finalists. We're going to get started with bringing them on stage to show what they built and do a demo. And right after that, we're going to go into all these prizes. But before we go into the first demo, I want to take a quick second to thank here the 447 teams who are not on that 12 list, but still did an incredible amount of work this weekend. Just because you were not one of these 12 teams does not mean you were not good enough or there was something wrong. Our goal was just to highlight something that all of our incredible judges and people in this space were excited about, and that's who we bring on stage. But I want to congratulate to every single team here that presented. We really appreciate this, and you want to congratulate yourself for doing all this incredible work over the past 48 hours. So please give yourselves a big round of applause for just submitting a project, which is a no easy challenge. A huge shout out to all of you. You can see all of these projects on the Devfolio Projects page website. They'll soon also be visible on the ETH Global Showcase. But enough of talking from me. Let's get started with our very first demo. So please welcome Web3 Rescue on stage.
Hey, hello guys. We a team at Web3 Rescue, we are building a solution let's just see what's our problem. So problem is all developers over here, you could have did one mistake. That is committing your private keys to public repos at least once in a time. So, and another mistake is at least writing your seed phrases somewhere and giving it to your users. Or maybe sharing your private keys within WhatsApp and by mistakenly showing these private keys to someone. So there's this problem. So what we are today doing is, we are gonna rescue NFTs from your compromised wallet addresses. So that's something which we are gonna do today. We are gonna we are gonna perform a rescue today itself and live in front of you, where we are gonna beat a sweeper bot. So what I will want you to know is just a minute about a sweeper bot. Sweeper bot is someone who is monitoring your transactions. So if your wallet address is compromised, sweeper bot is monitoring the beam pool transactions. So whenever any incoming transaction is there, let's just suppose it's of 1 Ethereum, the sweeper bot will instantly remove this out from your wallet by giving a gas fee of 500 guai. That's really high. And for you to beat this, you can't. So right now what we are going to do is, we are going to show a wallet address, which let's suppose it's an compromised address, which any amounts sent on that wallet address will be swept instantly. So now we are going to take a look at the exact rescue. So what happens is, right now we are supporting 5 methods: panic mode, web, and ERC20 collectibles, ERC20 tokens, ENS, and smart contracts wallet. Today we are going to rescue anchor token, which is stuck inside an wallet address. This is the wallet address which is being stuck right now. Not? Yeah. Let's just go for rescue. So a wallet address which is stuck right now starts with 0x3d6, which you can see in front of you right now. Hold on. Yeah. So we are pasting the private key. You can take this private key, but it has nothing inside it. So right now this is the private key, which is having 30 anchor tokens inside it. Right now what we are going to do is, we will also enter a safe address. Safe address is an address where you want your assets back. So right now I am the compromised one. I want my safe address on some safe address which is kind of secure. So we are going to enter the safe address. Let's just go forward to an rescue. Click on this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You just have to enter. That's it. And what we will do is, we will sponsor your transaction, and everything is live on mainnet right now. So what will happen actually? We will be making use of private transactions by flashbots. So what will happen? One of our wallets will deposit funds into your compromised account. It will instantly remove your second transaction. That is, transfer your anchor tokens from compromised account to your safe address. Both of these transactions will be happening in the same block. So even if someone is monitoring your meme pool transactions, he won't know this is going to happen. And this is an instant transaction which will happen in front of you right now. Let's just wait for transaction to be processed. Yeah, it says rescued successfully. Let's just take a look at what happened exactly. So I am going towards an ether scan right now. As you see, we were having one token, which was around 30 anchor, as you remember. What happened? A wallet address named as rescueweb3.eth put inside a it put a transaction, it sent around 0.01 ether. And in the second transaction, if you see, all those NFTs were transferred, ERC20 tokens, to the safe address. And this all is done within the same block number. So if you see, the block number ends with the same ending, 016016. So in this way, you can just perform any kind of transaction which you weren't able to do because your private key was hacked and someone is sweeping your ETH from it. So right now you can do this. You can do any kind of ENS rescue, any kind of contract transactions, any kind of things like that. You can also remove your staked assets. So if you have staked something like around into some kind of LP tokens or anything or somewhere, they are gonna be unlocked after an year. So what you can do is, you can use this platform and rescue those tokens instantly and send it back to you. And what I'm mentioning is, you can also claim the rewards alongside. So over here, you can just literally do any kind of transaction which you weren't able to do normally. So this product R solves these problems.
Amazing. All right, please give them a big round of applause. Going first is not easy, and this worked flawlessly. All right, next up, we're going to bring on Proof of Trust, our second project finalist of the day. Please give Proof of Trust a big round of applause. And we're going to have to do a quick switch on laptops, so let's hope that Murphy's Law doesn't kick in.
Just checking the clock. Can we get started? All right, GM friends, I know it's not morning, but we are crypto builders. That's how we introduce and roll. We are basically hackers and builders from Node Finance, and our project is called as Proof of Trust. So before I elaborate, we have this, which kind of is a very, very quick and short, kind of graphical summary of what our project is about. I don't think I need to describe this any further. All of us are aware of what it is. Essentially, what we're trying to do is change this around, right? We are trying to build a proof of trust, a protocol layer that every single centralized exchange out there can kind of take inspiration from, if not directly implement, so as to that we are able to prove the solvency of all the major large cryptocurrency centralized exchanges that are out there. So in this, right, like we have two main parts of it. What is essentially that proving solvency? There is proof of reserves, and then there is proof of liabilities. Reserves is essentially proving that the exchange has enough funds, while liabilities is accounting for all the various deposits, investments, etc., that have been done on the chain by itself. On the exchange by itself. So now we're going to run down through a quick demo of this.
Okay, so as we know, right, currently how the things working. All the exchanges are trying to prove their reserves. And just let me go through one of the way they're doing it. So recently, last week only, Binance has proved their reserves by transferring 123K BTC right to some public address and at particular timestamp. And that timestamp was defined by an auditor. So problem in this one is first Binance has to transfer that much amount to that particular address. So unnecessarily, they have to pay the gas cost. And the most important here, right, all the things are getting audited by the single auditor. So what we are proposing, it will be a consensus between the multiple auditors. So, and the company like Binance can hire, right, more than the one auditor, at least that I can, right, assure. So suppose take example, Binance is hiring, right, 50 auditors, and there will be a consensus between those, and they will define a timestamp, not in the future. Because right, what happened in the last 2 weeks. Because whenever these guys, right, trying to prove the reserves, then what they are just transferring the funds between these exchanges itself. So that is the one of the biggest problem. So what we are doing, so we are asking these auditors to come up with a epoch time by consensus between that epoch time will be in the past. So after deciding the epoch time, all these auditors will just announce, okay, I am going to audit your reserves. And so after that, reserves should be able to, right, prepare whatever things needs to be done. So that's why, right, all these what we call auditors, right, will be able to prove their reserves. And how it will work? So they will take the snapshots of all the wallets, whatever they are declared by those exchanges. And apart from that, not only this will only reflect how much balance they have. So most important here, just example, suppose Binance has the 5 account and there are 50 auditors. So what we are adding most complexity here, so they can't cheat the system. They all the what we call auditors, right? Auditors has to give some challenges to exchange in terms of the norms. So each suppose in our example there were the 5 accounts and 50 auditors. So each exchange has to sign 250 transactions, and all those transactions will be validated by this group of auditors. And once it is done, so that's proof that those exchanges are holding the private key of all those wallets, and they have certain funds. Thus, fund is not validated yet. So that will be validated by the liabilities. So that comes the proof of liabilities. Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, we cannot go through the specific steps. Our repository is, of course, public. Feel free to hit us up on any of the social media platforms, and we can go over it better. So I'm going to quickly switch to the other part of it, which is proof of liabilities. Can the screens be switched? All right, while that's happening, essentially how the proof of liabilities will be done is ultimately the snapshot of the database where the user liabilities is maintained is with the centralized exchange. So one of the ways this is done is essentially by generating a Merkle tree. Now, even with this Merkle tree approach, there are certain drawbacks, which is a particular exchange could add a leaf node with a negative value. What this means is while the root sum should have about $100K. It could, you could add a minus $10K, and essentially the root sum will end up with $90K. That's not what you want. So to prevent that, we've added a few layers to that, and I will go over it as soon as we have the screen live.
So here idea is very simple. User is the perfect guy who will validate the proof of liabilities, and nothing but how the things will whatever the circulatory right the exchange is generating. So that will consist in the leaf nodes. That will consist two things. One is the hash of what? Hash of the username. I'm saying there is no privacy because it is hashed with some salt value. And the most important security thing is here. This hash value and salt will be transferred to the users, and using that they can prove the liabilities. And once if the reserve whatever defined during the auditors is greater than equal to liabilities, so it will prove the solvency. If something is happened or something is wrong in whole process, then whole things will be insolvent.
Okay. Just as a side note and disclaimer, we are just hackers and builders, not the perfect presenters. Disclaimer, just excuse us for the few glitches, technical glitches that we've had today, but we have a fully functional protocol. You could maybe come and meet us later on, or pull from our...
And due to time constraint, we have to wind up this very quickly. So we will have here and you can come to us. I will give you a proper demo. I will explain all the functionality, all the technical aspects, everything, and I will answer all your questions, because I know that this is the topic where you already have the 20 questions already that I can assume. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. I need my mic to be always on, please. Well, this is a very apt topic because we have seen a lot of things go wrong recently, and now we get an implementation that also came from a recent research from Vitalik. If I recall, this is the implementation of this. All right, next up is our third demo, and that is Project Block Alerts. Please welcome Block Alerts on stage.
Having some technical difficulties. There we go.
Hello guys. So today we are going to show you demo of Block Alerts. So Block Alerts provide you a platform here where you can set up alerts on your smart contract functions, whether it is transaction or events. So let's get started with the demo. So here I will try to create an alert, and I will enter an alert name. Here I need to enter a smart contract address. And now I will enter the Slack webhook. So once my alert is created, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute a transaction of ERC20 token transfer via this remix. So address is already set, the amount is already set, so I will just click on the transact. Just give me a minute. Sorry. I will just click on transact. And once I click on transact, then I will wait on Slack to get the transaction reflected. So let's wait for some time. Yeah, so the transaction came and 12 my token 1 tokens are being transferred from this address to this address. So this is what we have to show you. Thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, next up we have Team Bold. Please give them a big round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. So how's all the energy here? So this is Madhukar, that's Dhanush and Tejaswini, and we are presenting you Bold. Bold is a strategic team management game where you join and you're the owner of a T20 cricket team. And when you join as the owner, you get access to a franchise with a set of 15 players and a club and fitness training facilities and all of that sorts. So as a manager and owner of a team, what do you actually do? You train your players. After every game, you find that one player is not doing so well, or one player does exceptionally well. Maybe you give him a hike, or you train them in specific skills. You send them back to academy, and you mainly set the match lineup. This player goes to bat first, this player goes to bat second, and this bowler goes to bat first and second, and so on. So without further ado, let's jump right into the demo. So here we have our website, bowl.gg. Let's get started. We have a wonderful sign up supported by Economy, and welcome to Bowl. Let's give your team a name, and you're all set up. As you can see on the screen, you're seeing individual player NFTs, which are cricket players. You can see right-hand batsman, left-hand batsman, and different form, fitness, and each of these things. Each of the player has specific set of skills which are unique to them in terms of fielding, wicket keeping, batting versus seam, batting versus spin, bowling main, and bowling variation. And where does this all go into, right? Let's talk about the match. As you can see right now, there's a match going on between your own team and Bot Army, which is yet to bat. As you can see, that's very sad. You just got all out in 12.6 overs. So we have built a match engine which simulates the match ball by ball basis. So for every ball, there's a batsman and a bowler, and there are certain attributes that they have, in terms of spin, in terms of batting and bowling, fitness, form, age, and even pitch. So based on the specific attributes of the specific players, it will run a probability distribution, and it will generate an outcome. So that's what we have built here. As you can see, the game is running live. Let's jump back into here. So what else can you do in the game? As a manager, you can also buy and sell players. You can scout for new talent if you find that your players are not good enough. You're placed in a league with 10 other teams, and you're going to be playing against them for 10 or so matches. And your goal is to win the games. So you'll be placed in one of the leagues, and as the season ends, you go up in leagues and you become the champion. So let me also just talk about why we are using Web3 here, right? So especially when we build a game like this, which is based on probabilistic distributions and probabilities, which is so random, which can give you random outputs. If you put this on a centralized server, or if you put this on an algorithm which people cannot see, or people cannot trust you, then they're not going to play it, right? People play games for fun. Whether they put their money in it or not, it doesn't matter. They play for fun, and if they become sad and if they don't trust the game engine, they're not going to play the game anymore. So other than transparency itself, we are also using the out-of-the-box capabilities of NFTs, where you can sell them, trade them, or you can do access control, and all these sorts of things. I think that's our time. Get ready to be bold.
Amazing. This is pretty cool and just a really fun game. All right, next up is Team DPay. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hi. Hi. All right, everybody looks tired. So our team name is Giant, and the name of our project is DPay. DPay stands for Decentralized Payment to Send and Receive Crypto, basically connecting the accounts using the phone numbers. So any receiver and any sender can actually claim and create their phone number as an identity using Polygon ID app. So we'll straight away jump into the demo. So we'll register a new number, and we'll do it live. So we first connect the MetaMask wallet, which is basically an account address. That mapping we'll be creating and storing as a unique identifier. All right, now can you just go ahead and send the money to any specific phone number that you have? All right, so basically the whole idea is that this DPN becomes like a passport. So in a passport, you have visas for various different countries. So similarly, this particular phone number can have multiple account addresses linked across multiple chains. So the resolver actually, basically the receiver phone number would be added over here. So when the sender is actually sending the money, he doesn't need to remember about the account address anymore. You can actually link it directly to any specific phone number. You put in the phone number, you send the money, voila, crypto transferred. And we have integrated various different APIs using Covalent and also the push protocol.
Yes.
So due to some technical glitch, we'll just create and connect the wallet again. And just send. And I know it is on testnet, but we'll still reserve our funds. So we'll try to transfer probably uh, 0.002. Okay. Select the currency, that is going to be the Matic token, and send. You can just put in my number if you want. +91 7032 90 7032 90 2216. Right? All of the claim and resolving is being done using Polygon ID. Just add the number. Can you just send now? Make the account. So you can register any new phone number if you want. Can you quickly do that? Yeah, so we would try to resolve and claim the identity using Polygon ID app over here. So we'll receive an OTP from Twilio. Now, once the issuer has actually issued the QR code, we'll scan this QR code onto the Polygon ID app. Now, once this number is claimed, congratulations, your phone number is registered along with the MetaMask wallet address that was already registered with it. Okay, continue. Now, you can just send from this DPN to any other number. Why don't you try my number again? 7032 90 2216 and 0. Just select that net. Okay.
It has less amount.
Okay, let's actually try to finish the demo once. All right. So all of this is actually the notifications which will be coming from push protocol. We can actually see them on the dashboard too, and all the notifications are on the right over here. So that's Team DPay. Thank you.
I know live demos are not always perfect, but we got a really good demo still, and please give them a big round of applause. All right, next up we have our 6th finalist. Please welcome Persona Bot Wallet Detection. This is a cool one.
Hi guys, we are from Team Persona. We all know that bots is a real problem in Web3. Most dApps are broken or abandoned because of lack of real users. And there are these airdrop campaigns which are immediately claimed by these airdrop hunters and bots, taking away the true value of all these new user acquisition campaigns run by the dApps. So we wanted to solve that. We built a bot detection model to help dApps engage with real users. So how did we do that? The main problem is that bot labels don't exist. So based on our literature review, we created a time series anomaly detector. By that, what I mean is that, think about it. Humans, the average time between send transactions of humans is never whole numbers. But in the case of bots, they repeat transactions at regular intervals, say like 1 minute or 1 day. For the purpose of this hackathon, we chose the active users of OpenSea in the month of November. This is the frequency plot. And from this, we generated our bot labels. Now that we have our bot labels, we engineered more features such as average send value, average time for send transactions, maximum value sent, and such features. And after performing normalization of the features, we ran k-means clustering to get a visual representation of the bots versus non-bots. Here you can see that the blue dots are the non-bots and the orange are the bots. You can see that clearly in the center, the bots are clustered based on these features. To get a better visualization, we downsample the non-bot accounts. Here you can see the clear separation. So if you choose the right features, you can clearly identify the bots. Now that we have the labels and the features, we wanted to perform supervised learning. We ran a random forest classifier, and we got like a good score. But how do we test the hypothesis? How do we predict an accuracy score? So this is where we apply transfer learning. By that, what I mean is that we trained the model in November's data set and predicted on October's data set. And then we also generated the labels to get an accuracy metric. I know all this might sound like Greek and Latin to a lot of people, but basically like we got a good accuracy score. We have like a bot detection accuracy for like 0.7 and accuracy for non-bot detection is 0.8. So this is just a proof of concept for bot detection. We know that bots can also change their behavior. At the same time, even we can come up with new features to understand their behavior and weed out bots. To build more sustainable dApps, weeding out bots is the way to go. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, on the internet, nobody knows you're a bot, and it's even more true on blockchains. All right, next up is our 7th demo of the day. Please welcome Sadev CI.
There you go.
Hi, everyone. So we start, yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Tushar Oja, and we are building Sadev CI. So let me start with a quick story here. So you can see on the screen that how many of you have used GitHub today? Like everyone does. Because even the DAOs, the decentralized organizations, are also using GitHub to store their content. So GitHub has become the source of truth for all the projects which we have today. But it is not right. In the past, we have seen projects like Truncate Cache and tons of others which can be taken down because of the so much power GitHub had today. They can take down the projects, and even after GitHub taken down their projects, when they were live again, they're still using GitHub today. How stupid is that you can use the GitHub, the platform which revoked you? So there are solutions like Gitopia to it, which are decentralized GitHub, but no one is using it. So why are we not using Gitopia? Because Gitopia is having, or the similar projects are having one of the worst user experience, because it is not onboarded till the experience, the seamless things, and the comfort which GitHub provides us. So there's definitely a problem here that we can address. So here comes Sadev CI. So Sadev, it's a Sanskrit and Hindi word which means forever. So what we are trying to build is basically, we are backing up your GitHub repositories onto the Filecoin and the Web3 infrastructure. So how does that work? Is basically, I'll quickly show you up. In the image, you can see that your GitHub repository, with just 2 steps, you can basically run a CI/CD implementation onto, you can set up a workflow, and it will automatically going to back up with every new commit onto the Filecoin blockchain. It is going to index it onto the Polygon Filecoin network, and then going to index on the Polygon blockchain. Additionally, it is also using subgraph to give you fastest queries of these things. So everything what you want. So the thing which you are seeing on this place is basically live from the subgraph indexer about different things. Like you can click on here to see the IPFS and every single thing on the Polygon chain transaction as well. So how do you set up? Let's quickly see the setup process here. So if this Wi-Fi works, network. So you can see this is deployed on the zip file is on there. And I'm going to use the, it's taking time to load people, but there's simple way you can, let me disconnect from the Wi-Fi actually. That is the Wi-Fi causing the issue. One second, give me a second. Yeah, cool, now it should work. So, yeah, here you can see these are just 2 steps what you have to do. First, you have to open a GitHub repository. Let's say this repository which I created 5 years ago, which is not even a Web3 project, it's a Web2 project. You can still back it up. What you have to do is basically go to the settings of this GitHub repository, go to the secrets, and click on actions. Here, what you have to do, you have to create a new repository secret. So it's a public good project where you can use just simple Web3 .storage and copy the access token there and paste it here. And go back here, copy this, paste it here, and 1 step is already done. Now just the second step, which is even simpler than this. What you have to do, click on the GitHub Actions, and you have to basically set up a workflow, and workflow setup is also very simple. You just have to copy this thing, go back here, paste it, check this thing, it's good. Just make a commit about it, like workflow, let's say, and then done. Now you are already done. It is if you go to the GitHub Actions, your project GitHub Action is already up and running, and it's going to take your project to the decentralized infrastructure. So the source of truth is transferred to the decentralized infrastructure. And I request all of you people to use this project and do the similar thing right in this hackathon. It's live, and you can do it on the Polygon Mumbai testnet. Now, let's moving up, taking one more second. So GitHub and Gitopia are actually that's why our team is called ITUS. Iski topi uske sir, one's that on another. So we are using both of these and figuring out our path in this. So yeah, let's see if what could happen.
All right, Tushar. So let's discuss what if this hackathon was of 48 hours. So what could have been? So the first thing that we could have done was on-chain identity and reputation for developers. Basically, by using Lens profile and linking it with Web3 social auth, GitHub. So the next is 2-factor authentication for releases. So the release manager, based on the smart contract, will receive a notification using push protocol and will be able to approve the release, and then it can also be used to send the release notification to their respective open source communities.
So yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for listening. The project is live. Just try to use it and let me know your feedback on this. Thanks.
This is so cool. Hopefully we all get to use it for the next hackathons. All right, next up we have Team ChainPay. Please welcome Team ChainPay on stage.
So, hey everyone, we are Team ChainPay, and I would be telling you what we are really about. So, giving you an overview, quick overview, there are about 100 million crypto users, and barely 1% of the user actually transfers and uses crypto in their daily life transactions. So, what is ChainPay? It is basically a self-custodial wallet which lets you transfer crypto payments in a UPI manner. The problems that we have faced. So if any one of you have used Binance, you might have used peer-to-peer transaction. That is, you give someone money and you know that it's really timeful and you need 20 to 30 minutes for that to progress. So giving you some numbers, there are 7% of the world population that uses crypto. 1% barely uses it for normal transactions. And 20 minutes is the average time that one takes for P2P. The solution that we are giving. We are removing P2P. We are directly giving cryptocurrency into INR. One benefit is you can actually buy tea from this app. You can literally use any QR code scanner and you can buy from it. The second benefit is we are actually liquidating crypto. That is the biggest part of it. Crypto is no longer looked as an asset and it is more sort of a liquid currency that one can use like a fiat currency. And the third thing on a long-term perspective is like we are actually encouraging businesses to accept crypto as well so that the more liquidity aspect comes into play. Now, why should I be using ChainPay? It's basically because like over a period of time when the ecosystem becomes, it has zero gas fee if you're accepting it in crypto. So this is our target market. We are planning on expanding it in a few months, but now I would like to give an app demo of our app. Yeah. So this is our app. I would like to go. We would be using Web3 authentication because most of the people that we are targeting don't even know what MetaMask is. So we are using social login where people can easily log in with their Google accounts and they have an address generated towards it. So I would be showing that. And by the way, it's built in React Native, so it has support for both iOS as well as Android. Both of them can use it. I would be choosing one of the Google IDs. And I would like to nominate anyone from the crowd who can come and show me the QR code for a UPI, and I would like to perform a live transaction to them. Is anyone willing to do so? Yeah, please. Yeah, so we are supporting few chains right now, one of them being Ethereum, Polygon and all. We would be playing this presentation on Fuse mainnet. And the internet is giving some issues, so just a minute. Yeah, so you can see the wallet right now. It's 4.22 Fuse right now. It is the native currency. I would be performing a transaction. Yeah, we're giving him back his phone, and the backend is running on StackOS. That was a partner in this Ethereum hackathon, and we are also implemented push for basically notifying any user that your transaction has successfully completed. So give it a few time, and the payment has been done from our end. He would be receiving it soon. The wallet difference is there, so now, and yeah, so yeah, and it's really quick. Like you don't need to wait for 20 minutes. Like you can just have it. So we'll show you the push messaging one. Just a minute. So this is the push network where you get notified that your transaction has went through. Everything about the app is completely decentralized, and there is nothing central to us. So this is from our side. It is super fast, and we are planning on it being the next revolution in terms of payments, where everything is going on crypto smoothly across the world. So thank you.
Wow, that was absolutely incredible. And this gets to be a real life application for all of us. All right, welcome Team ETHGuard as our 9th finalist for the weekend. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Hello, everyone. I'm Himanshu, and these are my colleagues, Stanley and Ajinkya. We all work at this startup called Veririse, where we do auditing and develop formal method tools for auditing. And here we are presenting our tool called ETHCard, which is a responsive ML-based smart contract vulnerability detection for VS Code. So just to lay the background for this, why do we need this tool? We see hacks everywhere in DeFi in specific. So DeFi is where we have so much money logged in. Just last year, there were $2.1 billion lost due to such hacks. And these hacks are a lot of the times preventable. And for that, it's recommended to go for audits. But audits have their limitations as well. Audits takes time. And tools are trying to bring that to speed, but it's still a slow process usually. And people want to get on chain as quickly as possible due to all the competition that's there in the market. So what we have, the idea that we have is we should try to find bugs as much as possible during development itself. And that's why what we built here is a VS Code extension to detect smart contract bugs. So we all are developing our smart contracts in VS Code usually, or maybe something else, but yeah, VS Code is also nice. So we have developed the plugin for VS Code right now. And what we do here is so during the development phase itself, you can find these vulnerabilities that we find using ETHCard, using machine learning. Like we have trained our models, and those models are producing an output telling you if this vulnerability might be there in your code. And the vulnerabilities that we detect are reentrancy, access control bugs, front-running attacks, unchecked low-level calls. So this is what we did in this hackathon, but the list can go on as we get more data and as we get more time. And why do we use a machine learning technique in specific is because we could have used some static analyzer as well at the back end or a fuzzer. But usually what happens is these tools take a lot of time to run, to produce outputs to tell you if the vulnerability exists. And that's why we are using machine learning here. Now I would ask Ajinkya to present a demo for the tool.
Yeah, so what we have here is basically a VS Code plugin that you just install in your system. And whenever you, in current form, whenever you have a save action for the VS Code plugin, it fires up the machine learning model. And if it finds any bug, it reports those bugs back to the user. So we just begin the VS Code plugin. We get a new VS Code window which has the new extension installed. And here we have already chosen 3 buggy programs. And I would just initiate a save action on those. So I request your attention at the bottom right of the screen where it says analyzing code review, code upon save, and it starts running the machine learning model. In some time, we get back the results and whether they are vulnerable or not. One of the future ideas that we are planning to do with this is try to get the attention numbers from machine learning model to locate the line and the data path on the model that in the code that causes the reentrancy or the bug to be triggered. Okay, so the model has been fired and we're waiting for results. I am not sure if something is hard. Let me try that again. Okay, something seems to be broken. Yeah, I guess that's my time. Thank you.
I personally get always excited about a lot of dev tools, and this was a pretty meta demo. We were debugging the debugging tool, but we got to see it nevertheless. All right, 3 more demos to go, so please welcome finalist number 10, Chart Swap.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing very well. Let's get straight on the problem statement at first. So by the Niti Aayog of India, the government of India aims to achieve 30% of vehicles on road should be electric by 2030. Now, there's a significant challenge to this, especially in a country like India, regarding the infrastructure of charging stations. Another problem is the low range and the problem with batteries. So there's the first conventional way is to use charging stations. Another proposed solution is to have stations where you can swap your discharged battery with charged batteries on the station. But there's again problems with this solution. Number one, how do you keep a price on the usage of the battery? Number two, how do you attribute the source of the battery which it was made from? Why? You can call an ecosystem truly renewable only if the source the battery was made from is also renewable, right? So here's what we present. Presenting chart swap. We aim to put every charging station onto the blockchain using with the help of an IoT-enabled device. So the idea is that every station will be on the chain. What it helps us with is that, number one, the data is going to be immutable, and number two, you can easily attribute where the source came from, and number three, things like how the battery was used, who used it, etc., how the health is, will not, you can attribute all of that, and no one can actually affect the prices of the usage. Right, so we'll quickly get in the demo right now. Let's quickly get started and log into the application. We'll use MetaMask right now. We've used Economy to integrate that. So this is the dashboard which the user gets. After the dashboard, the user gets access to seeing the stations, the nearby stations that he can go to. So if we quickly go to the stations, you quickly see stations that are nearby, and then you can search for stations that you would like to go to. It also indicates how far it is and if batteries are available or not. Then when you reach the station, here's where the fun part comes out. You see how much you have to pay, because we already know which battery is owned by the user. Asim, you can take over.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I have quite a bit of electrons in my hand. Okay, so there's actually a display over here. It shows you the details about the IoT. First thing I do is I take an RFID key. I scan it on the RFID scanner. It shows currently on the screen it says loading. It's fetching data from the smart contract. In a few seconds, we can see all of the details of the smart contracts are seen, such as the battery ID, who owns the user, and if it's in use. So with the help of all of this, so when the user scans this information, a check is run. A check is sent to the smart contract saying user is present at the station. Let him transact with the station and let him get new batteries. So we click on the Pay Now button. Yes, we can, and then we click on click on Confirm. So this transaction has been sent to the blockchain. In a few seconds, the block will be verified. So once again, when I take the ID and then tap it on, you will see that the RFID is now deallocated, and a new ID, and the user will now have a new ID. So I know you're not able to see it clearly, but yes.
Yeah, so that's about it. We also have like notification support using push protocol. So whenever a new station is added, they can subscribe to that channel and they can also see where the stations were added. So we also used IPFS for storing the metadata of the battery, and we have deployed the contract on Polygon. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, 2 more demos to go. Next up, and our second last finalist of the day, Team Safeguard. Please welcome Team Safeguard on stage.
Hello. Hello everyone, we are Team Safeguard and we build customizable on-chain financial controllers for your Gnosis safes. So we have really less time and a lot of transactions to go through, so I'll explain you on the way what we are doing. So we have a safe over here and I'll copy the safe address and we want to install an allow list guard on it. And we have a list of whitelist addresses that we want to use. And continue. So what are transaction guards? Transaction guards are like a final check before the execution of a safe transaction, and if the guard reverts, the safe execution reverts as well. These final checks help you improve the account security of your safes. So what's happening right now is I'm using an allow list guard. An allow list guard allows you to whitelist certain addresses so that the transactions can only be sent to those addresses. This is very beneficial for cases like a grants DAO, where they want the transactions to be only sent to the grantees and nobody else accidentally. So what has happened now is that the guard address has been deployed onto the blockchain, and I'm now signing a message so that I can set up the guard on my safe. So this safe has 3 people, and at least 2 signers are necessary to do any transaction. I see that the safe has been created and I received, and there is a queue. And this set guard requires a confirmation. I cannot confirm because I was the one who proposed the transaction, so I'll change my account. And now I can confirm the transaction. And I have submitted the transaction. I'll need to confirm the execution in my wallet. Here it is. And confirmed. So now what has happened is I have deployed a guard address. The guard is the allow list guard, and I've set it up on my safe. Now, if you do it the normal way, you would need to know how to code the custom logic of the smart contract, deploy it, and then set it up yourself. But we have made it into a seamless manner so that you can do it in just one click, and all the signers just have to do their signs. And it's indexing over here, so it's already accepted by the blockchain. Okay, so it's history. So now we have already set the guard. If we can go to the settings, we see that in the modules page, we have now installed a transaction guard. So using this transaction guard, let us try to send a transaction to this address, which I had not whitelisted before. I'll use the goal ETH, and let's say I want to send 0.001 and submit. I sign the message on my end, and it seems to go through. Now you might wonder why, even though this address was not whitelisted, I was still able to submit this transaction. This is because the guard only kicks off when the last person needs to execute the transaction, and only one sign has been done as of now. I change my account address back to the first one, who is the other signer, and check the queue. And over it is. If I try to confirm, now it says that the transaction is most likely to fail. If we try to simulate it on Tenderly, it says that the transaction failed because I'm not sending the transaction to an allowed address. That means the guard worked exactly like it had to. And even if I try to submit, the transaction will just revert. We have a lot of other guards, like a denialist guard, which allows you to blacklist certain addresses, a gas volatility guard that helps you not to overpay during transactions because until all the signers say the gas price must shoot up, but with this guard, you'll never overpay for your transactions. And a time lock guard where you can set a validity period for a safe, and after the validity period ends, the person who has been allotted the safe will not be able to use it anymore. These are just the simple guards that we have started now, and we have plans to launch many more. Thank you.
All right, are you all ready for our final demo of the weekend? No? Are you all excited for the last demo of the weekend? There we go. Please welcome Trickle.
Hi everyone, my name is Roshan Sharma and I have my co-founder Shalu with me. How many of devs haven't slept tonight? Nice. So it's very difficult to engage you guys. But what if I said that, hey, I have $200,000 which I am throwing a party tonight and whoever wants to come for 1 hour, how many of you would, for that hypothetical situation, would come to that party? Nice. Couple of them. Others are not interested in money. But one of the core problems as content creators, so we both are content creators, and one of the core problems which we face is low engagement. So we built a mobile-first platform that rewards you for engagement. Content creators can build communities, they can create chat rooms, they can create exclusive communities as well, they can get tips, all those kind of things. And now whenever the user interacts with their content, they get rewarded, the users get rewarded. The trick over here is we are unlike any dash to earn kind of games or kind of any platform. We are sustainable engage and earn platform which works on a giveaway model. Now, Shalu is showing you how the platform works. We are mobile first, so bear with us with a small screen. Now you can tip the content creator unless the transaction goes through, so you have to speed it up. But just go to the second tab. Yeah. So we have created a Tinder-like or InShots-like interface where you can swipe left and right, check different articles, check different posts, so that you are always engaged, your audience is always engaged. Your profile is looking quite good on the right-hand side of the screen. And now you can see all the people who have participated on your profile. You can see the active pool. And how this works is, how this reward works is, there are 3 ways. One, as a content creator, you can fund your own reward pool. A couple of folks will join. Second, if you are Sandeepan and people follow you, you can join their exclusive community, pay for them to join. A portion of that goes back to the community. And third, you can get a sponsor. Let's say Devfolio, and I am a good creator, and Devfolio wants to sponsor my content. They want me to talk about their content. So they can fund my reward pool. A portion will go to me, and the rest of this will go to the end user as well, who is Devfolio's most genuine user as well. So you are not only paying the influencer, you are also paying the end user. Now, all these are the different transactions which are happening on the platform. And yeah, so we have built this platform in 2 days. So bear with us in terms of how it looks. So this is all these profiles, all the content pieces which you upload goes to the IPFS or decentralized storage networks. We have deployed on Polygon, Ethereum, and Shardium in this time. And since we do not require any native token to work, we are platform agnostic. We can work with any platform, any blockchain, and we will be integrating more. We are also integrating with Lens protocol. And yeah, so this is the portfolio. And just show this leaderboard. Yeah. So every time people engage on the platform, they are added to the part of leaderboard, and whoever performs the most highest, they get rewarded. So yeah, that's our platform. Also, if you want to check it out, you can tag us on Devfolio's Discord or ETHIndia's Discord. Thank you.
Amazing. All right, now you're going to have to wait for me to connect my laptop, and we hope no technical difficulties come up on this one. All right, well, I want to thank all 12 of our amazing finalists for coming on stage and demoing 12 incredible projects. We're going to talk about all the prizes soon, but for the next 10 minutes, I want to give the stage to Denver, who is the COO of Deathfolio. You've seen him running around, making sure everything is on track, and he's probably way more tired than all of you combined. But they have a lot of amazing things to want to talk about, so please give Denver a big round of applause.
GM, how's it going, Bangalore?
Can we get a couple of GMs? We managed to squeeze one last demo before like we close, and like I would really like my mic on.
Can we do it again? GM, how's it going, Bangalore? Yeah, I could clearly feel the tiredness, but I hope you all have had fun in this hackathon. Last few days have been hectic, tiredness. I know a lot of folks haven't slept. We haven't slept in the last few weeks, but seeing such great projects being built makes up all for it. But yeah, how do you feel, Denver?
I feel great. Yeah, like all the sleep and like nothing matters. Like it's all worth it to see like all the hard work that all of you have put in. We have had over 450 projects submitted, and then it's truly an honor to be able to bring ETHIndia to you. All right, but this isn't it. Like we at Deathfolio believe that Ethereum is the infinite garden, and Ethereum, like ETHIndia, is really like part of a much larger movement than the hackathon that you're attending. Over the years, like we have worked really hard in building a community of Ethereum-aligned individuals from India and who are building for a decentralized future, and this is where Deathfolio steps in. Deathfolio is a community of over 250,000 incredible builders like you, leveraging proof of work to get access to opportunities that build for the future. While today Deathfolio deploys hackathons, fellowships, and grants to support these initiatives, this isn't how it always was. It all began at InOut 2015.
Yeah, long time back. I think we both weren't there back then, but these folks really were the stepstones of what Deathfolio is today. So big kudos to all of them. Some of them are already here. Some of them are not with us, but their memories always stay with us. So what began as a hackathon to test out how far we could go, Deathfolio today is a community of incredible builders like you. I think over 250K builders who use our platform to get access to opportunities. And if you think about it, all the actions that someone takes on the platform, be it attending a hackathon, winning a hackathon, getting into a fellowship, getting a grant, becomes your proof of work. And that's what Deathfolio is empowering. Deathfolio is kind of becoming an alternate credentialing platform completely based on your proof of work. We have been building a lot of interesting things in the past few months, few quarters, and we have been really excited to show what we have been building. Some very interesting things that I have been personally excited about, including implementing quadratic funding as a feature on the platform, which probably, I think, one of the coolest things which came out of crypto is coming to Deathfolio platform. All Ethereum hackathons going forward would also have quadratic funding enabled by default. We are building a very interesting feature, which we are calling Cheer Project, where the intention is to help builders make more money. by helping other builders cheer them. So, for example, if I like Denver's project, I could cheer him with some ETH, and in return, I could get some stickers, right? So all of that becomes my credential, and Denver gets some money to sustain himself. Yeah, and a very interesting thing which we are doing is revamping our new profile, which would probably look something like this. But yeah, these are the lot of interesting things that we have been building over to Denver to share more things about initiatives.
Right. And as we build this proof of work, like Devfolio is also the platform where you get access to build your proof of work through all of these initiatives that we have. You get to participate in the best hackathons. We have a community hackathon program that's massively popular. We have hosted over 500 plus hackathons. We have a Devfolio official hackathons. Other than ETHIndia, we have In-Out and Women, something that we are really passionate about. On Devfolio, we also have, like, you can also get paid to learn. We have hosted 7 of these fellowships so far, and we have an announcement coming up in 5 minutes or sooner. You can also get equity-free grants on Devfolio if you're building out of India and you need any money to just support you through your process. After the hackathon ends, you can apply for an equity-free grant up to $5,000 through ETHIndia grants. And yeah, this is, I guess this wasn't 5 minutes, but yeah, this is the announcement. And like the next ETHIndia fellowship is open. Applications are open for it. And we're really glad to be able to give builders the opportunity to take off the worry about where do they get internships and stuff like that, and just give them the opportunity to purely focus on building. So unlike any other courses that you would see out there, you actually get paid to learn, and you get paired up with the best mentors out there, and they give you all the support you need. We are also very glad to announce our newest hackathon, the next in the ETHIndia online hackathon series. This will be the ETH for All hackathon, taking place from Jan 20th to 5th February. And on that note, we're very glad to be partnering up with the government of Telangana, who'll be providing their support. And they're building a bunch of cool stuff, including a sandbox, which will, for the first time, let you work with the decision makers to be able to actually implement all your solutions with the folks who can make it happen. So very glad to be able to bring that. And I have a short video that we'll be playing, and it's a message from Shri Jayesh Ranjan. He's the Principal Secretary, IT and Industries, Telangana government.
Hey everyone, I'm Jayesh Ranjan. I'm the Principal Secretary for IT and Industries in the Telangana government. I wish all the delegates and participants all the very best. From our side, that is from government of Telangana side, we have a very major announcement to make, which is that we are starting a regulatory sandbox focused on Web 3.0. Many of you have expressed in the past also. I have met some of the leading Web3 players in Hyderabad, and many of them have expressed that the regulatory ambiguity which prevails in our country actually prevents them from bringing out more creative solutions, developing new products. In fact, many of you would be aware that some of the best talent actually is moving to Dubai, Singapore, etc. And under the guidance of our Minister for IT, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, we felt that we should arrest this. As a state government, there are certain things which we can do, and one of it is to ensure the creation of a regulatory sandbox, identify a number of use cases, bring all the government agencies together, and start cohorts on different aspects of Web3 application. So I'm very happy to make this announcement today. And the other good news to share with you is that some of the national regulatory bodies also have chosen to join hands with this regulatory sandbox. So this also gives an extra level of assurance to startups, to domain experts, that this regulatory sandbox experience of Hyderabad hopefully can open many more doors for them at the national level, even beyond. So look forward to industry's participation, support, large number of startups participating in this sandbox activity, and hope to see all of you in Hyderabad. In February, we are doing a big event in Hyderabad called ETH for All, with focus on public goods. So I invite all the delegates, all the participants, all the speakers to come to Hyderabad as well in February. And by that time, we would have made reasonably good progress on this sandbox as well. So we'll be happy to share all the updates with you. Have a great year in Bangalore and all the best. Thank you very much.
Right. I'd also like to invite on stage the Director of Emerging Technologies, Ms. Rama Devi Lanka from the Government of Telangana.
Thank you so much. A very good evening to all of you. Well, those 12 solutions that were demonstrated were just fantastic. And on behalf of the government of Telangana, I'm saying this here that we will evaluate a couple of them to see if we can implement, especially the EV battery swap, solution. And other solution also will actually evaluate and see if we can, implement for our use cases within the government. Well, we have just heard our Principal Secretary, announcing the sandbox. Thank you. Announcing the setting up of the sandbox in Telangana. So I would just like to briefly say a few words about a state. Most of you may know that the government of Telangana, is the first state or the youngest state set up 8 years back. And we have had the opportunity to formulate innovative frameworks, policies, especially in the area of emerging technologies. Ours is the first state to set up a separate wing, which is called Emerging Technologies Wing, that focuses on new age or frontier technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, drones, robotics, and so on. And of all these technologies, blockchain is the closest to our heart because we started working on this way back in 2018, when we launched the International Blockchain Congress event in Hyderabad. Since then, we have implemented a number of use cases within the government to solve problems at scale, So to share a few projects that we have implemented, these range in domains such as microfinance, supply chain. Supply chain within the government, there is a lot of potential, because direct benefit transfers, we actually transfer cash to various, millions of peoples across state, food grains, traceability of seeds. There's huge potential in the supply chain area. And the third one is to enhance citizen convenience. And we did an exciting project, a solution to make voting easier. I know all of you are young here. I don't think any one of you would like to go to a physical booth and vote, right? Vote, I mean general elections voting. So we have developed an app using the Web3 technologies, artificial intelligence, to authenticate an individual, whether if you are the right person or the eligible voter voting. Secondly, DLT technology, to secure your votes. So most of, the politicians are saying that, how can you ensure that the vote cast by an individual is secure, So at the back end, we are using blockchain technology to secure those. These are fantastic applications that we have developed and we are really proud, which even the Bihar government wanted to implement it. There are a range of applications that we have implemented in blockchain. Now is the time to move to Web3. So that's why, we are exploring new use cases for the government. And as part of the ecosystem development, you have heard our Principal Secretary announcing the setting up of the land sandbox, regulatory sandbox. So any startup, innovator, any organization, if you have a solution or a project that involves regulators, it could be RBI or SEBI or even a health regulator, So if you submit your solution in the sandbox, we will evaluate and bring on board the associated regulators. That's one thing. Secondly, we'll also onboard customers for your product. Say if it's a fintech solution and your customer is a bank, we will get the banks on board to test your product, to validate your solution, and also provide the data that is required for your solution. So this is what we are and if any regulatory changes are required, our governing council will recommend these changes to the regulators. It could be RBI, it could be SEBI, any of the regulators in India. Because as a government, we can actually, do that. So I invite all the startups, innovators to make use of this sandbox. The website is web3sandbox.telangana @gov.in. It's actually available on our website. And we've also created a Discord channel, Web3 Sandbox, Telangana Web3 Sandbox. Please share your, if you have any concerns on regulatory front or any issues. I know most of the startups are facing. That's exactly the reason why we have set up the sandbox. But we haven't had a chance, to actually discuss with you or, get your views in person. So kindly, use this Discord channel to share your concerns, issues around the regulatory framework. We'll try to, at least, attempt to resolve them. Well, thank you once again for giving this opportunity, especially ETH Global and DevFolio for, helping. Actually, we thought of announcing it in Hyderabad, but we realized that the entire, talent is here, the blockchain community, Web3 community. So we thought, let us actually announce it in Bangalore. And then, probably in the month of February, when we are actually going to organize ETH for all, the theme is public good. Probably then we would have made some progress on the sandbox and we'll further discuss when you're there. So welcome you all once again to Hyderabad in the month of February. Thank you. Sorry. And this is the poster, where you have, the QR code is there for you to register and access the application. So, yeah, thank you all and all the best, for your effort that you have put in these past 4 days. And congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, it's not every day where you get to actually involve people who can make a change at a national level. So we're looking forward to making sure more and more organizations can be positively additive to this entire ecosystem, and we want to make sure Web3 in India wins. All right, looks like the AV issue is still there, but the good news is that if I'm on stage, we'll be wrapping up in about 15 minutes. So the only thing we have to do is now the prizes. So now the anticipation is actually totally warranted. No. There we go. Okay. No. We leaked the prizes. At least it works. Okay. $350,000 in prizes to be won. There is a lot of prizes and a lot of winners, and I'm gonna go as fast as possible. So what I would recommend is you all take your cameras out and take a photo of the screen because there are a lot of winners. All right, first up, IPFS and Filecoin. For the general storage track, Polyslap, the duplication layer on Filecoin squad, win $2,000 each. And these 10 teams are going to be taking in $4,000, so everybody gets $400. All right, if you didn't click, you lose.
For the FEM track, Kangaroo, Snapload, and Stormade are our 3 winners, winning $2,000 each. And these 5 projects are going to win additionally 4,000 divided by 5. I'm too tired for this. Congratulations. Next up is Polygon. Best use of Polygon ID goes to Confimo, ZK, KYC, Sigma, ZK, Indigo for $1,000. Dignify, Mirai Protocol, Metabor, and Wage are the best DeFi hacks. Niche, ChartSwap, CryptoCares, and DataQuest are the best public good hacks. All 12 teams are going to take in $1,000. For the best UX or DevX category, Panda Wallet, Web3 One Wallet, Beyond Club, Superior Social Recovery Wallet, Whales, Sadave CI, DatSpace, and Not Dap Demons are going to be winning $1,000 each. Congratulations. Next up is WorldCoin. The best social app goes to Web3 TV for $3,000. All right, if you're one of the winners, you got to shout louder. The most creative use case goes to Predict Now, and the honorable mentions are Dream Date World, ZK Job, and Uzu Meta for $1,000 each. And these 17 teams are going to split $11,000 equally. So congratulations to all 17 of these projects. Okay, if you didn't take a photo, you are too late. This is going to be a fun one. Push Protocol. For Squad, DPay, and Finesse are our first, second, third winners, winning $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 respectively. And for the push notification implementation track, PushSnap, CodeCrunch, and you are the first, second, and third winners, taking in $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000. And here's for the best part. 94 teams are the winners of the pool prize. They're going to be splitting $8,000 equally. And you may redirect your complaints to the Push Protocol team in pink. Next up is Bike Economy. The best new module goes to ChartSwap for $3,000, and Bicotrage is the best SDK recipient for $2,000. And these 18 projects are going to win the $5,000 equally on the pool prize. Next up is LeFi. A lot of winners here too. ChainPay is a $2,500 first place winner. Etherverse is second place, $1,750, and Payz is $1,250 third place winner, and the honorable mention goes to Griffin for $500, and the 7 projects below are going to be splitting $1,500 each. Congratulations. Next up is the Ethereum Foundation prizes. Banana Smart Wallet and Fire Wallet are the 2 $2,500 winners for the most creative use of ERC 4337. Jiffy Scan is the best use of ERC 4337 for dev tools, and AA Snap and ETH Code are the runner-ups, winning $1,250 each. A lot of account abstraction here. This is awesome. Next up is ZK Bob. ZK Payroll and ZK Fundraise are the first place winners, taking in $2,000 each. And Lyria, ZK KYC, DAS ERJ, and Web3 Patreon are going to take $400 each as the honorable mentions. Next up, Valis. A lot of winners here too. So the best use of software license goes to DUni and Puppy Fortress, $1,000 each. And Meet Friends, Etherverse, Trickle, The FlowX, Dignify, and CodeCrunch are going to be taking $500 each. And 43 projects are going to win the $5,000 pool prize, and they'll be splitting this amount equally. Congratulations. Next up is the Graph. Best use of Graph goes to Cal3 on the best new subgraph, and Jiffy Scan wins $800 for the second place runner-up, and the best existing subgraph use case goes to Griffin for $1,500, and Flashback will be taking in $500 for the runner-up prize. And these 40 projects are going to be splitting $2,000 equally for using the Graph APIs. Amazing. Next up is StackOS. A lot of winners here too. Dragged is the first place winner, and Bima is the second place winner for $500, and 43 teams are the recipients of the $5,000 pool prize. So congratulations to everybody that used StackOS in their projects this weekend. Next up is Powerloom. DeFi Loom is the winner for the $4,000 prize. So the 2 people team on that corner, congratulations. EtherSpot. Velvet and Dignify are going to be taking $500 each for the completed Builder integration on EtherSpot, so congratulations to both of those teams. Next up is Mina. Interplanetary Compute Systems using ZK Snarks is the first place $4,000 winner. Team ZK History and Project Clio are the $3,000 winners. They're going to get that, I believe it's each, $3,000 each. And Team Gohan and Project Me Data are the third place, $2,000 each recipients. A lot of ZK stuff here. Next up is LivePeer. Lenstock is the best use case of LivePeer's API, taking in $5,000. Dev Angel is second place for $3,000, and Web3 TV for $2,000. Next up is Cartesi. Bima Coin is the first place winner for $5,000. Her on chain is $3,000 second place winner, and Automati is the third place $2,000 winner. Congratulations to all three of these teams. Next up is Hyperlane. Function is the best interchain API use case winner for $4,000. Play Astra wins the DeFi prize for $2,000. Yotsuha is the NFT related project for $2,000, and Multimon is the infrastructure winner for $2,000. Next up is Safe. Best project on top of Safe is Banana Smart Wallet, and they are going to be taking in 3043.37. That's an EIP reference, I believe. I hope so. SafePay, Safeguard are the second place winners for 2043.37, and 4337, there we go. Three, and Velvet 4337, Digigo, and SafePatch are the third place runner-ups, taking in 1043.37. Next up is EY. The best use of Nightfall goes to Visca for $1,500 and Proof of Trust for $1,000 as a runner-up. Next up, ENS. A lot of ENS winners. Link3 is the best use case for ENS, and Idasa, Dragged, and ENS Bound badges are the three runner-ups, taking $1,000 each, and these 41 teams are going to take in $5,000 equally. Split equally. Next up is Dune. DeFi Simplified, Degen Wrap, Tether Insights, Crown Collectibles, and Hexads are going to be taking in $2,000 each, so congratulations to all 5 of these teams. Next up, Covalent. DPay is the first place winner for Covalent for $3,000. Dignify, second place. Alkinefy, $1,000. I'm very tired now. And these 20 projects are splitting $4,000 equally. Next up, MetaMask. A lot of winners for MetaMask snaps. Polysnap, Cosmo, Stick, AA Snap, Secure Semantic Snap, and MetaCard are all going to be taking in $2,000 for the best use of Snap. Congratulations. Next up is Kronos. Uzumeta is the first place winner for Kronos, taking in $2,500, and Polygossip for $1,500, and HideMe.lol is the third place $1,000 winner. Next up is Gnosis Chain. Banana Smart Wallet is the first place winner for the best integration here, taking in $3,000, and Fortuna, Merkle, Tsunami, and Web3 One Wallet are going to be taking in $500 each. Next up, Lens Protocol. Team Reigns is the best use case of Lens, taking in $3,500, and Cryptster is going to be the runner-up for $1,500. Next up, Marlin. Most innovative use case for Marlin goes to Clio for $2,000, and Play Astra and Zero Pass are going to be receiving $1,500 each. Next up, NFT Port. 23 projects are going to be taking in $5,000 equally, so give yourself a big round of applause. Next up, Router Protocol. Poly.edu is the first place winner for Router Protocol prize. BlockPay is second place, $1,500, and the FlowX will be the third place, $1,000 recipient. Next up, Shardium. Best B2C project goes to Moonshot for $3,000. The best DeFi project is Tsunami for $1,000, and Astro is the best use of social feature leveraging Shardium for $1,000. Up next, CoinDCX. $2,500 goes to Proof of Trust, $1,500 to DPI, and $1,000 to Banana Smart Wallet for leveraging the Octo APIs. Next up is Revise. Multimon is the first place winner. That sounds like more than 5 members on this team. Predict Now is the second place $1,500 winner, and Metaboro is the third place winner for the Revise prize. All right, up next, Huddle 01. Consultly is the first place winner for $2,000. Finesse is going to be the second place recipient, and Meet 3 Club will be the third place $500 recipient for leveraging the Huddle SDK for their meetings. Quick note. The best project goes to 3 teams, Disconnect, Calso, and DPay. They'll take in $1,000 each. And there were hundreds of projects that could not be all judged in time. So Start On, Moonbeam, and Connect winners will be announced in the next 24 hours. So these are all the prizes. Please give yourselves a round of applause. We have given away so much more and so many more prizes to come. So congratulations. All right, so I need to wrap things up because I know a lot of you are super tired, including myself. But before we do that, I want to bring on a special guest here to talk about what comes next. This is almost the entire Web3 ecosystem here in this building. And we want to make sure that we can figure out how do we help support everybody who wants to bring this, bring your projects to the next step. And to kind of talk about that and how do we sort of continue building the Web3 ecosystem in India. Actually, whoop, I missed a disclaimer. Big disclaimer, I jumped the gun. Okay, quick announcements. Everything that we just announced is tentative and not final, which means that we are going to be verifying everybody's source codes. And if we detect that somebody has cheated or worked on something before Friday, the prizes will be removed and adjusted. So anything that you see now is assume 90% final and not 100% final. We'll be notifying you over email once everything is final, so the values might change, especially if you want a pool prize. So keep an eye out for that, and all the prizes will be distributed on December 23rd. If we get this message on Discord tomorrow or today, we'll say the exact same thing, and if we say that every time, please make sure that we have 500 projects to reply to, so it's going to take some time, and the next 2 weeks is when all the logistics happen for the prize delivery. So please be patient, and now I'd like to call in Juan Benet from Protocol Labs to talk about how do we help take these projects further. Welcome.
All right, everyone, great to see you. Congratulations to all of you. This has been an amazing set of days. You have learned an enormous amount. You have invented, you have designed, you have built, you have deployed, you have tested, you have demoed, you have presented. You are well on your way to building amazing products. In these small hours, you have taken a huge step towards building the future. Now, where to go from here? You should consider creating a Web3 startup. Let's first talk about why India. You have an enormous amount of advantages as people in the India community. You are brilliant and hardworking, you're super well connected online and in human networks. You're deeply technical, you're deeply product oriented. You're the largest country. You have lots of people, lots of builders, and you have huge markets. You have lower cost of living, products and services, which gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the world. You have a huge economy and it's growing super fast, and you have lots of new people joining the internet. You have a tremendously rich and diverse culture with deep roots worldwide. And of course, you have an amazing, stable, growing country that is welcoming of the Web3 community and is creating all these new regulatory sandboxes for you. So this is a phenomenal place to get going. Now, I want to call out the few logos here in the bottom. If I could get the team members of Huddle, Push, Lighthouse, CoinShift, Parcel, Instadap to stand up for a moment. Yeah, some of them are standing up, great. So if you're interested in building a Web3 startup, look to these guys. These are your advisors. You can ask them how to get going, how to build projects. You can get their feedback. You can ask them to help you navigate this environment. They got started right here with an ETH Global Hackathon. They were in your shoes, and they built the future. They're now pretty fast-growing startups. So now, this is the startup journey. It takes a few different stages. You're already well on your way. You're in stage 2, experimenting with lots of ideas. Hackathons are the best place to get started with this because it gives you this environment tuned for learning, this environment tuned for exploration, where you can create new ideas, test them, iterate, get feedback, design things, and so on. And it gives you the most important thing, which is a deadline. It gives you a deadline to present to finish your project. It gives you a deadline to present your product, and it gives you a direct feedback loop from a lot of other people, giving you the early stages towards validation. So keep doing this, keep experimenting and iterating, keep hacking at ETH Global Hackathons, and through that you'll find a strong idea and a strong, solid pitch, and a strong, solid product. From there, you can get to the second stage. I want to talk a little bit about the next stage, because many of you have already aspirations of turning your projects and your products into startups. When you go into validation, the most important part is that you get signals and feedback from the world as to whether or not they want to use your product. That is not just an idea that's cool, but is something that people want. The validation comes in different forms for many different kinds of projects. If it's, say, a consumer application or some product like that, you can just launch it and try to get users and see what they say and give you feedback. If it's a larger scale thing, like a protocol that's going to take longer to build, you can put it on GitHub, you can write about it, you can get other contributors and get going. That's how I started IPFS and Filecoin. That's how Ethereum got started. Now, the most important part of this stage is that you keep going and keep building and keep growing the thing and get towards traction. From there, you can, once you have enough interest and enough evidence that the thing you're building could be a great startup, you're ready to hit the next stage, which is getting into accelerators. Now, the acceleration part doesn't necessarily need a program, though there are really great accelerator programs that you can leverage. These programs tend to give you initial capital and initial funding to get started as a startup. They can help you with product market fit, with how to hire teammates, how to find and connect with investors, and can help you in the early stages of the startup journey. These accelerators tend to be extremely great learning environments, but they're also super competitive. So what you want to do is you want to apply early and often. When you apply, even if you get rejected, you can get a lot of feedback from them, and that gives you usually a signal and a vector that you can keep iterating on, and then you can apply again. So those are the 3 stages that you should focus on right now. Keep experimenting with ideas, keep hacking. Sometimes it'll take 5, 10 hackathons until you find like your project to get going. Once you have something that you really want to stick with, something you feel really passionate about, something that you think has legs, get to validating it, and from there, get to that acceleration stage. Good luck, India. You're building amazing things. Let's build the future together. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I will promise to end this in the next minutes. And to do that, I want all of your support in thanking everybody that made this event possible. So I want to start off by everybody here that is in the building and made sure that they do their part to make this event the best there is. Starting with all of you as hackers. Congratulations to all 1,700 of you. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. This event would absolutely not be possible without you being in this room and choosing to spend your weekend with us. Next up, I want to thank all of our incredible judges who judged hundreds of projects and made sure that you get all the prizes and everything else in time. Please give them a big round of applause, please. Next up is our mentors and all the amazing people that made this happen. So thank you for the mentors, and if you've seen this amazing design for this whole event, that is the Space Kayak Agency. Give them a big round of applause because this is the best stage I've ever seen. And all of our amazing speakers, so many workshops and talks that happened. Thanks to all of these speakers who put all this time and work in making sure that you get to learn something, and everybody in the future who's going to watch them learn something. This will be absolutely a game changer for the next 100,000 people. And I know this is small, but just look at the incredible amount of support we have from everybody in the world coming in to Bangalore to support all of you. So please give our partners a big, 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 big round of applause. And of course, a team that needs no introduction, everybody on the Defolio team. They have been so crucial in making sure everything is absolutely top-notch in this massive, now the world's biggest hackathon. And lastly, I want to give a quick shout out to the ETH Global team who worked out of 7 different time zones to make sure we are supported here this weekend. So please give a big shout out to Chloe, Kevin, Ivan, Kree, Huichi, Minnie, Anna, Moaz, Luke, Emily, Andrew, and Jacob. All right, 60 seconds, I think I can do this. Our finalists. 12 teams came up. We talk about all the sponsor prizes. And you might be wondering what happens to them and what did the 12 teams demo. If this is the first time you've been to an ETH Global event, you might know this, but we don't want these events to be competitions. And as part of that, these events are not designed to have a first, second, third place as a format. And anybody we call finalists is officially a first place winner for this event. And our goal is to make sure that people get to learn. So as part of being the finalist, every person on the 12 teams that came in here will be receiving 500 USDC from the ETH Global team. So congratulations to everybody who demoed here live. And this concludes ETHIndia. This is the last event ETH Global is doing this year, so keep an eye out on ethglobal.com for the next year's events. We're going to be announcing them in a few weeks. Everything is on ethglobal.com. And for now, let's party outside. Thank you so much for being part of this weekend. Congratulations, everybody. That's a wrap.